Today, we will explore the exciting possibilities of AI and dive into the fascinating world of ChatGPT, an advanced language model developed by OpenAI. So let's embark on a journey to discover the future of AI and ChatGPT. Let's do a quick check. How many of you have heard about ChatGPT before today? Say yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
No,
And how many of you are already using it?
sometimes.
Ma'am, times.
Good. And what are you using it for?
Ma'am,
For my project complete.
I'm stuck in some things which I don't know, and to get a fair idea and to research on debates topic also.
Good. Tanmay?
Me too. I also do that for debate.
Sahaj, do you use?
No, I don't use it.
Okay. So most of you know it. That's really good. So what is ChatGPT? Can any of you define in your own terms?
Ma'am,
Yes, David?
ma'am, Chat GPT is a bot or an AI which can answer any question you ask it.
Good. So you put in text and it gives you the answers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's a language processing model. It's created by a company called OpenAI. They have worked a lot on it. And it's based on the architecture which is called Generative Pre-trained Transformer 3.5. Now, what is generative? It implies that the model can generate or produce text based on the input. Like you put an input, you ask, you put a mathematical question, or you ask, tell me more about this topic. Let's say David wants to learn which language is spoken in Quebec. So he puts, which language is spoken in Quebec? It may tell you French. Can you teach me French? I'm a beginner, I don't know anything. So it will start teaching you some steps about how to learn French. So as and when you put your text, it gives you answers according to your text. That's what the term generative means. Then pre-trained means it indicates that this model has been trained on a large amount of data before it was put to use, before it's marketed. That means it already knows a lot. It has collected material from all the websites, from all the text that has been on the internet, anything or ever you have written anything or anybody else has written, this model has been trained on that. So it knows much more. It's like billion minds together. You can ask a question to a teacher and your teacher might be able to answer this. But when you ask the same question to ChatGPT, it can give you so many versions of the same answer. Now, transformer. Transformer refers to the type of neural network. It's an architecture which is used in this model, which is ChatGPT. It excels in processing and generating sequences of data. You can learn anything on this. Like if you want to learn French, you want to learn Portuguese, you want to learn how to program, you want to learn your science, you want to learn about history, you want to learn Hindi, and you want to talk in Hindi, you want it to write in Hindi, you want it to write in French, you want it to write in Spanish, it can do everything for you. Now, what can ChatGPT do? It can do a lot of things because it can understand human generated text and it can give you output based on the input you did. Sometimes you have observed that sometimes if you give a mathematical question, it gives wrong answers. Have you ever tried that? Anyone? You tried solving math questions? Because if you don't know how to ask the question in a way that ChatGPT understands, it might give you wrong answers. Try some days, give some math homework questions to ChatGPT and see. And don't rely on the answer because you need to give a question in the proper format that it can understand. It can answer questions, it can engage in conversations, it can provide explanations. Like suppose you asked a question and there are some terms which you did not understand. So you can tell ChatGPT, can you please explain it in detail? Can you explain this thing again? Let's say it's writing that this is a generative text and you do not understand what is generative. So you can ask again, can you explain more about generative, what does the term generative mean? It will explain it further. So it makes things easy for you to understand. Okay. It can assist in language translation. Let's say Divit is a French speaker and he's a new English speaker, but his studies are in English, because there are so many students here who come from different foreign countries where the native language is not in English. So Ukrainian students are coming and their language model has been Ukrainian, and when they come here, they prefer to go in English model, but then it's difficult. So they can turn their text into Ukrainian language, which is probably Russian. I am not so sure. But whatever the language in Ukraine they are speaking, it can translate it for you. Let us say Ayurda is more comfortable in Arabic. So Ayurda can tell ChatGPT to translate the text into Arabic where she can understand it much better. So there's no language restriction. It understands most of the languages that majority of us speak. Okay. If anyone is interested in learning on how to you want to learn how to code, you have never done any coding or programming, you want to learn. Let's say Tanmay is interested in learning Python, but Tanmay has absolutely no idea and there is no guidance. If he goes to Google, there's a lot of information available, which is kind of overwhelming. Let's say Tanmay writes on this Google and he is writing that, I want to learn Python, teach me Python. He might get some websites, but it's overwhelming. There are so many, and then he has to surf through so many languages, so many of these web links. But if he goes on ChatGPT, he writes, teach me Python, I'm a beginner. The ChatGPT will start teaching him as a beginner level. It will give some code. Then if Tanmay is comfortable with that, he can ask, teach me more. How do I start? Teach me more. Even if he doesn't understand one particular sentence or a paragraph, make it easy for me. I am in grade 8th. I don't understand it. So it will simplify text for you. It will come at a level where you understand it. It seems Gatik is a frequent user of ChatGPT. He's smiling. And then, what are the real world applications? Although there are many, but I cannot write everything here. But I would like to ask you first. What do you think are the real world applications of ChatGPT? Yes, David, you tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Where can ChatGPT used in commercial world? At personal level, you know how to use it, but where do you think businesses can use it?
Ma'am, businesses can use ChatGPT to get new ideas, and if they have an idea, they can use that idea and put it in ChatGPT and research more on it to find the key piece of information and use that as their marketing plan.
Great. Yes, Tanmay.
ChatGPT can help them to analyze the market, and by which they can know the correct time to launch their that project, or they can analyze the stock markets also.
Yes, Utkarsh.
They can get information about the stocks going up and down, so that if they want to invest, they can invest on the increasing stock to earn profit.
Have you tried asking stock prices from ChatGPT?
No, ma'am. But now I will try it, because I play a game in which we can learn about the stocks.
That's a good use. Okay, Gatik, what's your idea?
We can use ChatGPT for language translation, and we can use ChatGPT for training our employees. For example, somebody is not understanding the concept, you can just easily write on ChatGPT and get a much simpler format which you are able to understand quickly.
Good.
For efficient purposes.
And does any one of you think that ChatGPT can replace jobs?
Yes.
Yes, which jobs can it replace?
It can replace translation jobs, for example, in the entertainment industry where you want to write subtitles. If you want to change from Hindi to English or English to Sanskrit or Sanskrit to Hindi, it can take away the jobs of those who are doing that kind of things.
Okay, Ayurda, you want to say something?
I think that ChatGPT will replace jobs that involve repetitive tasks, because then ChatGPT can just, like, AI can replace like repetitive jobs.
Like which jobs? Okay, Tanmay, you say. Which job do you
I
think
do
it
not
can take?
agree I don't agree, because if ChatGPT would replace a job, but still that ChatGPT can't, means we have to order ChatGPT. Like if we want subtitles, so there must be a person who will ask ChatGPT or type the command that change the subtitles. But I think that job opportunities will be decreased, but some new more also rise up.
Some new might arise. Good. Utkarsh wanted to say something. Yes, Utkarsh.
Actually, I didn't want to say, but I also think that it can't replace all the jobs. So it can replace some jobs, uh, but I don't think so. It can completely.
Replace everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, they can.
It cannot completely replace one job. Like it can do half of it, 70% of it, but completely it can't stop it.
See, let's take programmer's job. When we said ChatGPT can write programs and it writes really neat programs, do you think it can overtake programmers' jobs? It can create content. It can create a beautiful content. Do you think there are tons of content creators nowadays? Do you think content creators' job will be over? Because if I have a company and I used to have a content creation department where I had 10 employees, now ChatGPT can do it better. I might need one. Is that a job loss or not? Or do you think I would still need 10?
It will be a job loss.
What else do you think ChatGPT can replace?
GPT can be our
I
friend.
think in the near future, okay, then you continue.
It can be our friend also. Like
Yes,
we can chat on ChatGPT.
yes, you can.
Like Snapchat has also introduced My AI, in which we send snaps to it and it replies back.
Yes, it does. So what is the vote? What do you think? ChatGPT's future, is it going to be our friend, or is it going to hurt in the long run? Because when we say hurt, it means it's going to take over our jobs, it's going to take over our opportunities. There are more losses than benefits. Do you think it's going to be like that, or you think that ChatGPT is going to be a helpful tool and it might create more opportunities than we can ever think? What do you think? Himanshi, yes.
I think that if we use ChatGPT efficiently, it might be our friend. And those people who don't know how to use it properly, for those it might be their enemies or their opponent, because AI tools are just for our help and we use them for our benefits. If we use them for negative purposes, it will definitely harm them.
Let us say Himanshi is a content creator and Himanshi is working. And now I have a ChatGPT which can write better content than Himanshi, because ChatGPT can access billion of data. So I have the latest information. So if I fire Himanshi, is it going to be your friend or enemy?
It is going to be my enemy.
Yes, Divit.
And my opinion is almost same as Himanshi Didi, that it is like it depends on the user, how the user uses that tool. And if the users try to use it to snatch others' opportunity, then the chat GPT is an enemy. And if the user tries to become a friend of any other person by chat GPT, then it is a really good thing.
Okay, let me give you an example. Let us say Divit has a business where he is creating websites for people. And Divit is having a department where people are, he is employing Gatik, Tanmay, Ayurda, and Himanshi. They are 4 web designers who develop the websites. Then Tanmay or some other person is the marketing department. Then there is somebody who is like creating content so that people know that Divit is in this business. So when Divit takes hold of ChatGPT, he sees AI tools. Wow. So why do I need so many designers? I just need one because ChatGPT can create the code for web designs. So he fires 3 people. Is he using it? Is Divit using it for good or Divit is using it for bad? Because it saves him cost. He gets more profit. And the work done by 4 people can be done by 1 person. Is Divit doing right or he is doing wrong?
Ma'am, it's beneficial for me, but it's not beneficial for my employees because they are losing their jobs.
So how do we say it's good or bad?
Ma'am,
But
I think there can be no perfect answer to this.
Yes, Gatik. Gatik seems to have an answer.
I think as if you take a perspective of an entrepreneur, I will say that it benefits us.
Hmm?
But if you are looking in a general perspective, I will say it is harming us in one way or another. Like there's a lot of case studies and numerous incidents where AI has shown a potential threat to humanity. For example, the riot that happened in Japan in the military base where robots that were made by the Japanese army were got malfunctioned and they backfired. So, in my opinion, if you don't keep a close eye on AI, it will turn back on us at any given point of time.
Yes, Utkarsh, what's your
So,
opinion?
I wanted to speak about what you spoke in Divit, like Divit had a company.
Hmm?
I would say, though it would be beneficial for Divit, but it would be not beneficial for the other people. Technically, it would be mean to do that.
So if we look at the economy as a whole, see, economy is every person. It's employers, it's employees, it's like money flowing. So if people are out of job and technology is throwing them out of job, so what should be the corrective measures? How should we actually balance it? Because it's going to come. We cannot stop it. It's definitely going to come. Let's say Italy has decided not to use ChatGPT. They have banned AI. Italy is the only country so far who has seen they have actually considered that AI is not beneficial for their society. It might take away their jobs or whatever considerations they have taken into account. They have banned AI. So do you think it should be banned?
like, ma'am, I want to say that if everyone will chat GPT, then now it is like that everyone can use chat GPT.
Hmm?
But in future time, according to me, it will be paid. Means for a company that if company want to use chat GPT, then extra charges should be imposed so that they doesn't use it to its full extent. Means the rich companies could use it, but lower companies people can work.
Tanmay, you gave an excellent answer. It's kind of new. I never thought about it. So you mean if Divit is an entrepreneur, he has a company, so government should put a tax on Divit if he uses AI.
Yeah, so he will automatically, if he has money, then if he means if government says that you can use 1 hour chat GPT, then 10,000. So if he will use it 1 hour, then 10,000, but he pays 10 workers to for 1 hour 500. So he will use
So
chat GPT also.
you want to make it expensive. You are considering that ChatGPT should be made expensive for entrepreneurs and businesses so that they are discouraged and they see more benefit in having people rather than AI technologies.
Yeah.
But
As
let us,
because economy will also be increased by this.
But let us say we don't do that. We do that. In India, we do that. Okay. Then won't our goods be expensive than other goods? Let us say Divit is exporting something, or Utkarsh is having a business where he is exporting. And the quality that he is exporting has to be excellent, and it is going in free market. Like he is exporting to 10 countries. Other countries, they are using AI. So their cost of production will be less. Their products will be more competitive. Even the quality can be better. So won't Utkarsh go out of business?
But why, मतलब से इंडिया अगर इंडिया यूज कर रहा है तो बाकी कंट्रीज भी तो यूज करेंगी ही ना.
Definitely, they will. If we stop it,
Like
that doesn't mean
अगर
every country
एक
will stop.
अगर जैसे पहले अगर सपोज यूएस ने न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब बनाया तो बाकी सारी कंट्रीज न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब बनाएंगी.
उनको भी अपने आप को डिफेंड करने का अधिकार है.
So that's ChatGPT भी अगर एक यूज कर रहे हैं तो बाकी सब करेंगे. देखेंगे
बाकी भी करेंगे.
सब बढ़ेगा फिर इकोनॉमी विल इंक्रीज.
That future will tell what will happen. So real world applications, where it's going to go. Customer support. ChatGPT can assist in providing automated customer support. We all know that. In education, it's definitely giving a lot of help. In content creation, it's boosting everything. In basic level programming, it's really good. Language support, you can use any language there. And idea generation, task automation, repetitive tasks, they're quite comfortably done in ChatGPT. So future, what is the future? Future is still unpredictable. What we consider is improved understanding. Future versions of ChatGPT are expected to have a better understanding, because still the free version is only up to 2021. So whatever data we are getting from ChatGPT as of now, its understanding is only up to 2021. Then we say enhanced multimodality. That means so far ChatGPT does not have images, videos, audio immersions. We can only do texting.
But ma'am,
Ayurda has raised her hand. Yes, Ayurda, what do you want to say?
What does multimodality mean?
Multimodality means when you have to use different models, you cannot work on only one comprehensive model. It means you need statisticians, you need mathematicians, you need scientists, you need researchers, people from different fields. Then the expertise of these people, they create this comprehensive model. Yes, Tanmay.
ma'am, as you said that ChatGPT doesn't have voice, but AI has voice, like
Yes,
Amazon
AI
Alexa.
has voice, but ChatGPT in particular, this application so far does not have voice. There are so many AI softwares which have voice. AI has created robots who can function with multifunctionality things. So benefits, increased efficiency in various industries. Many more industries, they have switched to AI and they are using ChatGPT. They are using many AI tools. We have accessibility to information and personalized assistance. Like Tanmay, if you are asking questions based on what you want, you can tune it and it can give you answers based on what you want. Then automation of repetitive tasks. If some task which we have to do again and again, let us say there's an HR department and they have to create appointment letters. It's a highly repetitive task. It can easily be done by AI or ChatGPT things. Gatik, you want to say something? Okay. Particularly benefits for you as students. You can write emails, you can write letters, you can have absolute homework assistance, which is kind of creating a nightmare for teachers because they don't know if you did it or the AI did it. You use ChatGPT to do homework. You can write essays, you can solve coding problems. You can get deep explanation of the topics that you don't understand from your books. You can have math problems, you can solve them. if you have personal issues, you have some problems which you think you cannot talk to anyone and you need some secrecy, but you still need assistance, you can use ChatGPT. And definitely for creating bright ideas, which you think are out of box and you don't have an idea now, you can use ChatGPT for having those ideas because it has billions of minds working together. So how can we prepare? First thing is educating everyone that what is AI? Is it a threat or is it a helpful tool? That's a topic for debate, but only future will say that. But education, because whenever there's a tool, there is an equal capability of people to misuse it or to use it. If ChatGPT can give you codes for preparing something nice, it can also give you a code for hacking, for doing unethical things. Collaboration means when there are people from different disciplines, let's say mathematics, science, computer science, statistics, psychology, when they come together and they prepare an ethical model, then there's a probability that this tool will not be misused. Responsible use is up to each user. If today Gatik decides to use ChatGPT for something good, he can use it for something good. But if he decides to misuse it, then he can definitely misuse it. He can find a way. So it always depends, as Tanmay said, it depends upon the user. So in summary, ChatGPT is an AI language model that can understand and generate human-like text. Now there's like a race because it has occupied a huge market share. So many companies are coming up with so many models. They are like similar to ChatGPT. Some are efficient and some are really not that good. Have you tried any other model which is like ChatGPT but not ChatGPT? Like Google Bard or Bing is also having something. Yes, Himanshi.
I used one, but it was not as efficient as ChatGPT.
I use
Good.
Snapchat
Yes, Tanmay, what did you use?
Snapchat AI
Snapchat AI. Good.
and Alexa also.
Okay. So ChatGPT also has limitations. The limitation is it cannot generate real-time data because it is trained on data before 2021. And if you want the upgraded version, which has the latest data, it's a paid subscription, ChatGPT Plus, which costs $20 per month. It cannot generate images. It cannot understand voice command. And in some places, due to heavy traffic, it's not accessible. And like we are used to having add-ons with Chrome browsers, add-ons with Gmail, there are no add-ons available as of now, but I think in future they will have. Now there are ChatGPT alternatives also. There are so many. These are just few that I'm writing here. ChatSonic, OpenAI, Jasper, Bard. Bard is Google AI. Socratic, Bing. Bing is better in a way that it's not as good as ChatGPT, but it can give you links. It can give you images also. So there are so many tools which are so many companies trying to get the market share. So now we have a question here. What does ChatGPT stand for? The question is on your screen. Tell me the option. Yes, raise your hand. Gatik, yes.
Just want to let you know that I'm not able
Option
to see it clearly.
A, B, C, or D?
Can you actually read the options?
Generated pre-trained transformer 3.5, generated pre-trained transformer, general, generative, global, and guided. Rest is same, pre-trained transformer 3.5. Yes, David.
Option 1.
Ma'am, it's option B.
So sir, B, generated pre-trained
B.
transformer 3.5.
Himanshi.
Option B.
Good. Okay. What are some real-world applications of ChatGPT?
Ma'am, can I answer?
We'll let Utkarsh first. Utkarsh.
Ma'am, A.
Okay. David.
Ma'am, same as Utkarsh. A.
Anybody else? Tanmay?
I would also go with A.
Good. So this is all for today. Thank you so much for participating, and I hope you can use ChatGPT in a very good way where it can enhance your skills and you can come up with better things. Thank you. So we will conclude here today. Good night to all of you and good day for those who are in Canada. Thank you.